Hey y'all, welcome back to Pathfinder Wrath of the Righteous. So you're probably wondering why we're back in Defender's Heart, because we left here a little while ago and it was supposed to be for good, but the new DLC has launched, which includes a brand new companion named Olbrig. And if you caught either my last stream or a few of my more recent YouTube videos, you'll know that he's actually pretty cool. He's a romance option, and I'm kind of obsessed. And unfortunately, the only way to romance him, really, from what I understand, given what Owlcat has mentioned on their Steam post, is you want to start from chapter 1, basically from getting him around the time of the storyteller. So we're backtracking. I know. It's one of those things where, like, I've actually thought long and hard about it. And I just think that Olbrig has a really interesting story, and I think he really is going to fit Abby probably a little bit better than Woljif, if I'm being honest. And so I think that this is the way to go. I'm not going to change Abby's build currently. I think we were doing a Winter Witch of sorts build. I don't know exactly what we've done here versus haven't. So let's just see what her abilities are. So by the way, I have backtracked to a save file. This is right after I believe we got Woljif, because Woljif is in the kitchen, as you can see, just chilling. And when I loaded into the save, I was like right here. So I think that this is us coming back up into the kitchen. So we got to skip through like the prologue and everything, and I didn't replay it or anything. Literally just loaded a save file. Thank goodness. So we didn't have to like start from the beginning. But as far as Abby goes, her abilities, it seems pretty standard for, like, we already took Elemental Cold Focus. We have Kian, which we had to sacrifice a few points for. Also, we have the Raven. So that was one thing in the beginning of Abby's build that we had, and I don't know if we're going to keep going with this. I'm not 100% sure what I want to do with her build, so I figured it's better to just get into the story and go from there, and we'll figure it out as we go along. And the other thing to note is that I have slightly lowered the difficulty level for this portion of it, mainly because we've already played through all this. I don't necessarily want us to have to sit through like all the fights and stuff like that. So I wanted to keep things speedy so we could move back to the end of chapter 2 and keep going. So now I think what our journal is telling us is, let's see. So this is, so Jana Aldori is missing. Head to the Thieflings. Okay, so this is Woljif's personal quest, Stay of Execution. Right, this is what we're waiting for. How many people are still alive in the city? Potential allies. So talk to Staunton. So to get Olbrig, he is in the Blackwing Library. Now, the one thing I have heard from some people is that in my tutorial for it, I had mentioned that you just go to the Blackwing Library, get your little cutscene, and then you can come back and he like should enter in kind of thing. If that doesn't trigger for us, I've heard some people say if you basically leave again, travel to a different location on the map and then come back, it should fix it for you. However, I am recording post a hotfix, so I'm not sure if that fixed that. So we'll see. But first, we'll talk to Staunton and see what he has to say. Oh no, it's the Staunton bug. I thought we might have moved past it. What did we do before to get rid of it? Did we like leave and come? I think we left, went somewhere, and then came back. So let's go quickly travel the map a little. We're gonna travel the map a few times today is what I am coming to understand. Okay, so this is kicking in, which I think is one of the DLCs, which I know nothing about, but I have it. I think this is from season 1. Commander, look what we've got here. Are you too mad? Whatever possessed you to steal the gem golem from the Tower of Estrad Museum? We didn't steal nothing, Commander. We saw some looters dragging it down the street and recaptured it. Now this fellow, oh, that shiny fellow belongs to the treasury. Inlay alone is worth more than a castle. Oh, it's going so fast. I'm not even hitting the space bar. Jorn, see to it that no one lays as much as a finger on this golem or plucks out a single gem. Okay, so from what I understand about this, from what I've like opened up and looked at, this will like change the appearance of certain armors for you, which is cool. But I mean, that's not something that I'm particularly needing to do right now. Oh, sorry, Kian. Good news is Kian survived the update. Actually, in fantastic news, I think all of my mods have survived the update. There have been a few that like were touch and go for a minute there, but it looks like everything. Oh, we never talked to thing. Okay, we're gonna just travel. Okay, actually, let's go here. Perfect. This is perfect. I think this might do it now. I forgot we haven't talked to Nevi. So we can do that really quick. Let's see if Staunton will talk to us now. If not, we'll, like, I don't know if that node counted or not. Hoping it did. Hoping it was simply a leave and come back situation. Come along, Kian. So Abby, as far as I know, we're gonna play Abby the same way. I hope. If you see any personality changes in Abby, I'm sorry. Yay, he talks to us. So if you run into that Staunton issue, just go quickly and then come back. And the dwarf resembles an abandoned citadel, one whose high crumbling walls are still holding fast, but whose empty, lightless windows make it clear that all inside is dead. Oh, it's you. Good work back there in the gray garrison. Name's Staunton Vane. If you've heard rumors about me, his face, which looks like it has never known anything as carefree as a smile grimaces. Just so you know, everything people say about me, it's true. What do people say about you? They say I'm a traitor, as bad as Aurilu Vorlash, that I'm a disgrace even among the ranks of the condemned, that Queen Galfrey should never have spared me, that I belong to the gallows, or on the gallows. Wow. So you really don't have any friends? I couldn't have survived this long if I were completely alone. Joran, my little brother, he keeps me going. He's never abandoned me. Everyone else shies away from me like they might catch what I've got. Even fighters in the condemned console themselves by thinking, I got stripped of my rank, but at least I'm not Staunton. Commander Terabate seems to be the only person in the whole army who remembers that I'm a soldier and not a drudge. She has no qualms about taking me into battle. She's had some mud flung at her in the past, or so I hear. That's why she tries to keep an open mind about people. It's no surprise that she's the only one to hold on to her sense of reason in this farce. So why do they hate you? You really don't know? Staunton, I wouldn't ask it if I didn't know. Staunton gives you a long, morose look and then sighs. I'm the reason why the Crusade forces are holed up in the fortress on the edge of the World Wound. Instead of bringing the fight to the demons, we used to have a foothold in the World Wound, the mighty, unassailable city of Dresden. We used to have it until it fell, all because of my stupidity. I gave the enemy our main citadel. I was tried. They wanted to execute me, and rightly so, but the Queen intervened. She said that I should live and fight in order to undo what I had done, so that's how I live, decade after decade fighting in the condemned. As you can see, I have fixed nothing, and I have earned no one's forgiveness. Are you going to spit in my face too? It wouldn't surprise me. Honestly, as far as what the Queen did, it almost seems, given what's happened to Staunton, given how Staunton's life has gone, you almost feel like, in part, an executioner would have been kinder for him, just because he's so broken down. Like, it's one thing to want somebody to undo what they've done and then provide them ways to do that that are constructive, that would not build them back up, but you know what I mean? Like, I just feel like with Staunton, there isn't any kind of like working with him. There isn't any kind of building him into being somebody that, you know, can have that like Cinderella turn it around story. Instead, it's just beating him and beating him and beating him and beating him, and he breaks eventually. And as anybody would in this situation. So you were given the chance to live, so live. Stop blaming others for what you've made of your own. I don't think he needs to earn forgiveness. Like, he does in part need to stop blaming others for what's happened, because I feel like also once Staunton takes more responsibility and more just, yeah, no, I effed up, it might change things around for him. But at the same time, nobody's you know, throwing him a bone, so to speak. So this other one is you keep living and fighting with no hope of anything better because that's what the queen ordered you to do. There is honor in that. And there isn't, though. Like, you keep living and fighting with no hope of anything better because that's what the queen ordered you to do. Like, then his life isn't hit. Like, you know what I mean? Like, especially the queen of all people to listen to. This evil option is awful. I like the last option. I don't know if I picked this the last time. By the way, I do apologize in advance if you watched all of my previous episodes and I'm repeating some stuff that I might have said before, but I did kind of want to go back through this. Not as if it was the first time, but up to, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know. I like talking about this game so much that I really don't mind yammering on again. So I do apologize if some of these points have been repeated. It's not my place to judge you. Who knows what I would have done in your shoes? Really? Well, that's something, I suppose. I just think that that's honest. I don't think we are in the right position to judge Staunton. I don't think anybody is in the right position because nobody's been in Staunton's shoes since then, as far as we know. At least, like, Abby hasn't. So how can Abby judge him? She can't. I need to talk to the elf who calls himself the storyteller. Do you know where I can find him? The storyteller? Staunton strokes his beard in thought. A strange old feller, that one. He used to sit with me for hours asking about all sorts of things. He never offered judgment or comfort. He just listened. At first, I wanted him and his questions as far away from me as possible. Later, I realized that talking to him did ease my burden a little. I hope he's alive and well. He's completely blind and feeble, too. So if he's alone in the city, well, you probably know what that means. I do know one place he might be. Look for him in the Blackwing Library. Or in the Blackwing. It's a library. Here, I'll show you where it is on the map. I don't know what use a library is to a blind elf, but he loved the place. He would sit there day and night. I have to go. Go on, then. Maybe we'll see each other again. Okay. So the last playthrough, we had Darren for this because there's really good Darren dialogue there, but we're also Team Olbrig romance right now, and as much as I love Darren and his romance, we gotta go get Olbrig. I don't know. So when I used Olbrig on stream, I thought originally when I had seen like the previews and stuff, he was gonna be a little bit more of a frontliner. It almost seems like he's a rogue-ish with his class, so I don't know if... I think the plan is gonna be possibly to replace him with Woljif, which is weird to say. Because I don't want to replace Lan or Darren. Because Darren's our healer. We desperately need that. We desperately need healing. Wait, what? Oh, we gotta go close that rift. Hold on. So, let's go close the rift. Evade. Yeah, the evade mod is working. Yay. But, what was I gonna say? So we have Darren for healing. I like Lan. Lan is just so powerful as far as archery goes and everything that it would feel weird to get rid of him. So we'll see. The enormous crack appeared after a magically induced earthquake. Who are you? No, I'll tell you everything. Just don't hit me. I never stole nothing. I only just joined the Thieflings. I feel like this is new. It was all them back there. They found an underground passage to the Great Garrison, and they've been nicking stuff out of there ever since. Low-down thieves, toe rags, that's what they are. But I had nothing to do with it, I swear. Brother Gort, is that you? Brother Woljif? I thought you'd pegged at Nerabeth's jail. Happy to see you, too. An underground passage to Great Garrison? Tell me more. Right, so the temple around here, the Temple of Iomade, has a cellar and a passage leads from it right to Great Garrison. The Thieflings, my pals, the lot of them, have been using this passage on and off to sell all sorts of stuff to soldiers. So when the demons burst into the city, we thought we'd check up on the Great Garrison to see how the soldiers were faring and to offer our assistance. Don't give me that look. This is the first I'm hearing of this. Thieflings keeping secrets from each other too, you know? So, who are you? An honest guy who's fallen in with bad folk. The Thieflings, the local thieves around here, they forced me to join their gang. I didn't want to. Just don't hand me over to Erebeth Valiant. Well, what are words? Valiant Crusader. Valiant. There we go. Valiant Crusader. Please, in the name of all the gods there ever were. Gort here is a new addition to the Thieflings. So far, he's swiped around 500 gold. He's got a long way to go before he actually catches up with me. They made me do it. Are you afraid of me? You're one of the Crusaders, ain't you? You lot hate our guts, the Thieflings, I mean. You lock us up and do worse to us, the Thiefling gulps loudly. But I'm not a Thiefling. Not really. Can I help you somehow? I want to know, can I? Yeah, let me go. Okay. Off you go. Cheers for letting me go like this. I'll remember you in 100 years. I'll remember you 100 years, I will. I'll name my firstborn after you. Under your stare, the tiefling falls silent and then runs off. I don't think I've ever had that actually pop up before.
Can we retreat already?
No, Woljif, we just got here. No retreating. Hold on, Abby. Abby. There you go. Girl. Ooh! Look at we hitting. Okay. Good. Excellent. Look at that. Okay, we need... is it this? Yeah. Build a bridge out of the debris.
Thanks, Lan.
Errand complete. Thanks, Lan. You're the best, Lan. So if I go back now, did that fix it so we could cross over into the other part of the city? I think so. Whoops, sorry.
They will break against our resolve.
Oh no, where are you all going? Abby, Sela, how'd you end up down there? Sela.
Already.
Why are you all like this? Over here. Emily, down here. Mm-hmm. Okay. I want to exit. No! Kill them! Okay, apparently they were being chased by rooting marauder archers. Anything good? No. Okay. This way, please. I was wondering why they were moving so slow. It's fine. I'll take the gold. Yes, please. Okay, we're gonna leave. Now let's see if we can go to the Blackwing Library. I think that's what it is. Then we're gonna go get Ember and everything. Don't you worry. But I kind of want to bring Ulbrich to that because I want to see if he has... No random encounters that I have no choice on. No! I have a mission game. Who are you? Nenio? Already?
Wearing a robe?
It's
Check.
Nenio.
Baphomet symbol around the neck? Check. Crazy eyes? Check. Note to self. Bring a mirror next time to be able to adjust the optimal level of eye craziness. Everything is ready for the experiment. An audience. Problematic, but not critical. You there, girl. Stay out of this. It is counterproductive to stand in the way of scientific progress.
Who are you? What are you doing here?
Who's that? I don't know her.
Greetings, boys and girls. I am your sister in sin, a devotee of Lord Baphomet's dark will, and so on and so forth.
Sister in sin, Nenio, please.
She looks like one of us, but she talks kinda weird. Who's there with you?
Who? Oh, them. Just an audience. They don't matter. Consider them a supplementary component of the coming experiment.
All right, so Abby, I think, remained silent the last time. We're just gonna be like, I was just passing by.
In the name of our Lord Baphomet, please be so kind as to undertake a little test of your competency in our wicked cause. Let's start with something simple. So here's my first question. What is Lord Baphomet's favorite weapon?
We will not answer to you.
Our lord can wield any kind of weapon. He is all-powerful.
Wrong. He wields no weapons at all. He doesn't need any. He just gores his enemies with his horns.
I honestly, I think it annoys Nenio if you do this, and I kind of think Abby's gonna needle a little. Actually, it's Erzergal, a glaive made of red adamantine.
That is correct. But still, girl, no prompting, please.
Sorry.
This experiment has taken quite a surprising turn. I would never have expected the followers of the great Baphomet to be baffled by such a simple question. Fine. Let's recalibrate the difficulty and proceed with the next question. Please name Lord Baphomet's sacred animal.
A bull! Of course, everybody knows that.
Yep, and a cow.
Apparently, I didn't pass anything. His sacred animal is Baphomet himself.
None of your answers were correct. The correct answer is an aurochs. It appears the experiment has yielded results which are as unexpected as they are incredible. Baphomet's cultists have not the slightest idea about who Baphomet really is, let alone any in-depth knowledge of his ideology or philosophy. I'm positive that this news will cause a sensation in widest scientific circles.
Damn it, she's right. I'm a shitty excuse for a cultist. And my mother used to tell me to become a plowman.
Hey, take it easy! We've only had 2 questions. You there, come on, ask another one. We'll get the next one.
Yeah, ask them some more. They might still manage it.
Is there any sense in continuing? You cannot answer the simplest of questions. I am ashamed of all of you, as cultists and as individuals.
Honestly, Nenio has such like disappointed parent energy right now that I'm like 100% here for it, and it's kind of terrifying how good Nenio is at that.
Please, ask again. I can answer. I'm sure I can.
How do you spell Baphomet's name?
B-A-F-A... Oh, screw it. To hell with Baphomet. I thought it was gonna be fun, but instead there are all these questions. I'm done here. I'm going back to my home village, back to my mother.
Hey, wait! You there! How dare you stir up discord in our ranks? Grab her and tie her up, and her entire entourage too!
The experiment is complete. Unable to deal with the questions, the cultists decide to deal with the examiner instead. A typical reaction for a person who has never been burdened with any intelligence. Now you're gonna start hitting each other, aren't you? Please, proceed. I won't interrupt.
Yet another obstacle.
Nenio, I didn't do nothing. Why am I responsible for cleaning up this mess? You're the one that wanted this. Abby, you didn't miss. I'm so proud of you. The absence of an answer is an answer too. Dun dun. Mm-hmm.
The result is statistically predictable, especially considering their intelligence level. What about you, girl? Are you ready to answer some questions for the good of science? Let's proceed with the experiment. My first question is simple. Which colors does the goddess Iomade prefer?
The correct answer is red and white.
This answer is correct. It is comforting to meet at least one educated person in the melting pot of ignorance that is Conabras today.
You're welcome.
Let's proceed. Did Aradin take part in any crusade before he died?
You know for sure Aradin died not long before the world wound opened. And the first, so he died before. No, he did not.
Your answer is correct. Aradin's death dates to 4606, and that is precisely the year when the world wound was opened. The first crusade started back in 4622.
The question is that a coincidence? Possibly not.
Your knowledge would make Mendev's crusaders proud. My final question is, what is the title that Arilu Vorlesh bears? Is she the architect of the world wound, the lord of the labyrinth, or the border acquisitor of the shapeless abyss?
Even I know that one. Abby, don't get this wrong. Architect of the world wound.
That's correct. Most excellent. You successfully answered all of my questions. Splendid. Amazing. This is a breakthrough. I thank you for your cooperation.
You're welcome.
It seems to me that I owe you an explanation.
Yeah, just a little.
My name is Nenio. I am an explorer, a pilgrim, a yet-to-be-recognized scientific luminary, future author of the great Encyclopedia Galarianica, and rector of all Absalom's universities at once. Future rector, I should say. I also know several spells.
Oh, okay. Can you finally tell me what you were getting at with all those questions?
It is so heartening to see you strive for knowledge. I have been conducting an experiment comparing the intellectual abilities of the average cultist with those of the average crusader. And I must admit that you passed the test with flying colors. This does offer a glimmer of hope for the future of Crusade. I have always claimed that despite the popular beliefs about the limited intellectual abilities of those in the army, at least some of them can be considered educated. It pleases me to see that I was correct.
Okay. So you're trying to say that I'm mediocre? Is that it?
Yes.
Okay. I love how direct Nenio is. There's never any, like, just letting him down easy or anything. So why do you keep calling me girl? I have a name.
I apologize for an injury to your ego, but your name is irrelevant on the grand scale of the universe. Thus, it cannot possibly interest me. I will forget it as soon as I hear it. To avoid unnecessary confusion, I'd prefer to not know it at all.
Oh, wow. Okay. Canobris isn't safe. You want to head out with me?
Do you wish to become my follower?
No,
to
but maybe.
To accompany me on my expeditions to the World Wound? To assist me in my experiments? To run errands for me? Perhaps even to write down my deepest thoughts for the benefit of future generations? Oh, how splendid! Of course, I agree. Truth be told, I have no money to pay you. But you will be aiding the progress of science, and that is its own reward.
Honestly, I agree, because this is hilarious.
Excellent. You're hired.
Oh, good.
To think that I finally found someone to accompany me. 27 Crusaders before you said no. Not one of them saw the undeniable appeal of my offer.
I can't imagine.
Your first assignment is to take me to a safe place. I have to admit that today's experiment has left me quite tired.
I can't even imagine why. Okay, so Nenio is gonna hang out with us. Now, I've never brought Nenio to the Blackwing Library, so let's actually do that. That could be really cool. I'm curious to see what the reactions are from Nenio about all this. So maybe this is like we're gonna experiment a little.
Trap might be treasure.
Oh, eyeball. Where is the door? Oh, okay. No, not here. Kian, how do we get out of here? Back the way we came? Probably. No, don't know. Or can I go? Aha! Found it! We're not stuck here forever, don't worry! Anything important? No, we can leave. Let's get to where we were going. Okay. What is... Wait, if I just... Okay, yeah. We're here. Like, let's just not do that. Travel. This is the longest hour of our life traveling. Okay, we're here, finally.